Okay, so I'm going to show you my interpretation of the solo, but bear in mind I've simplified a couple of little things to make it a little bit more playable for solo performance. Now, we're going to get started kind of jamming out in this little C position of the F major chord, where George finds a very, very convenient position of the F major scale. Just remembering to go whole, whole, half, whole, 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 half. Those are that's the pattern of whole steps and half steps that create a major scale. Whole, whole, half, whole, 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 half. So from that scale, we have this first lick. Okay, so that was the 7th fret of the D string, so that means we're starting on the major third. We're playing 7th fret, 8th fret, 5th fret G, the B string, 6th fret. So far we have. From that point on, we're just going to stroll backward, descending through the scale. 7th fret G string, 5th fret, D string, 8th fret, 7th fret, 5th fret, and then the 8th fret of the A string finishes it up. Put it all together. Remembering to pick down and upward with the pick. Next, we're going to respond to the diminished chord shapes like this. So there we're playing D string, 4th fret, the 7th fret of the D string, middle finger lands right where it wants to go, the 5th fret of the G string, B string, 4th fret, now a slide from the 6th fret up to the 7th fret of the G string. So far we have 4, 7, 5, 4, slide to 7th fret G string, then 5th fret G string, 8th fret D string, and then the 7th fret D string. Up next, we're going to respond to the minor shapes in our verse chord progression, which this solo transpires over top of. So in this part, we're going to go G minor. I always played it like this. So over that G minor chord, we're strumming a bar in the 3rd fret, G, B, and high E string, a down and an upstroke. Now, my middle finger and my ring finger are going to the G string, 5th fret, and high E string, 5th fret. So we end up with this little chord here that has, so it's 5G, 3B, and 5 high E string. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay, then do the same thing on the 6th fret. Okay, after that, we're going to go up to an F major bar chord, including the high E string there in this little bar. My first finger is on the 8th fret of the A string. My 3rd finger is barring across. Okay, so for those of you out there who don't like barring or have trouble with barring, this is the song to practice. You're going to be a master of your bar chords by the time you get done this track. So my 3rd finger is barred across the 10th fret of the D, G, B, and high E string. I'm going to strike the root first. Now, my personal preference is to kind of slide away when I hit that chord. Nice and short staccato strum. That brings me into this. I'm going to respond to the minor descending chords. Never saw them at all. That little section of our verse, right? So there we're going to find those same exact chord shapes. Octave up. My middle finger is on the G string, 9th fret. My 3rd finger is on the B string, 10th fret. And my high E string, 8th fret with the 1st finger. Makes this basically just a little D minor type chord position. But we're way up here in the key of A minor. A minor, G sharp minor, and there, G minor. So far we have. Responding to the diminishes. Responding to the minors. I like to slide a little bit. slide away, minor decline, da, da, da. Now, this next part, this is where I like to kind of divert from what's on the kind of the recorded version and what most guitar players play. I've been teaching this a lot, and I found that this is a much easier way for most guitar players to play, especially if they have small hands. What I like to play next responds to the C chord perfectly. I'm going to play a C major chord with my pinky here. It's actually a C7 chord with my pinky on the high E string, 5th fret. Strumming through and letting it ring. Okay, so here I'm barring the 3rd fret. My middle finger is on the 5th fret D string. I got the 5th fret B string with the ring finger, and my pinky underneath that high E string, 5th fret. Barring across. Very jazzy tone. Now other players are going to do an F7 shape. Kind of strike the low strings, then take your pinky and bar it across the B string and high E string, 5th fret. Okay, that's what you're gonna see in most books. Okay, but like I said, I kind of like the sound of the C7 here. Beautiful tone. And then finally, we're on to the last part. An F major chord, strum right through, pluck the high E string, B string, and G string. And then finally, this really great kind of diminished sound in run over an F or F7, F9 kind of chord, okay? It sounds like this. Okay, so there, I'm sliding up to the 5th fret E string, 3rd fret A, stretching wide. A little minor thirds action there. We're going up to the pinky, that's the 6th fret A string. Make sure to phrase that right. This is coming in on an upbeat. The 4th fret of the D string, pinky stretches again, this time to the 7th fret D string. Next, my middle finger is going to land right where it wants to. The 5th fret G string, the ring finger lands right where it wants to, the B string 6th fret, before I slide up to the major third of our incoming chord. That's the 7th fret G string. Music! As Paul goes into his chorus. Let's put all that together. It's going to sound like this. Nice and slow. Okay, and that last lick one more time. 5, 3, 6, 4, 7, 5, 6. And slide up. If you're performing by yourself, you'll start singing at, and there's the pinky, and there was music, as you hit the B flat major chord shape. Okay, congrats to everyone. You've completed a very tricky song and a fantastic tune to always have in your back pocket. You've completed the intro, the verse, the chorus, and the guitar solo. Guess what? You're ready to perform. Alright everyone, thanks so much for checking out this lesson on the Beatles' Till There Was You. I hope you enjoyed it. If you haven't done so already, click through the link and put in a request for my next lesson. Got plenty more videos coming up, so keep checking back. Please subscribe and please share. This is Rob at Swift Guitar Lessons in Philadelphia saying happy picking.